I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up, did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory lap that you won a championship? You got to be joking.
Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend. She went to LeBron James's youngest son's high school state championship game. If this championship mattered, she would show up. She can afford it.
Angel Reese just got exposed, and the internet isn't letting her get away with it.
The big championship everyone's been hyping her up for? Yeah, turns out she didn't even show up for the playoffs. While her teammates were out there fighting for the title, Reese was nowhere to be seen. But that didn't stop the media from spinning the story.
Her up like she was the MVP of the whole thing.
Angel Reese is a champion in the unrivaled that virtually no one watched. People immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished. She has a national championship at LSU. She was the rebounding queen of the WNBA. Now she has a championship in the unrivaled, and she's Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, what an accomplishment.
So the question is this really a championship worth celebrating? Or is this just another example of the media creating a narrative that doesn't line up with reality?
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, full season highlights. Let's get it. This is my MVP, everybody, right here. She didn't win it, but she should have. Bang! She did, however, win Defensive Player of the Year. I would have given it to the rim. Bang! Best plays from the best player on this account only, right here. Bang! Oh yeah, you gotta see this one. This is a personal favorite. The hand-eye coordination, the footwork. Bang! Another fan favorite, wide open. Bang! Greatest to ever get their shot blocked, right here.
Rivaled league was supposed to be a fresh, game-changing take on women's basketball. Something new and exciting.
Angel Reese was a member of the Rose. They won the inaugural unrivaled championship last night.
I guess if you want to take a victory lap on that, you can. I just don't know if it means anything.
Well, let's be honest. Almost no one was paying attention. This so-called championship that Angel Reese won wasn't even real 5-on-5 basketball. It was a 3-on-3 tournament, a format that already struggles to get serious basketball fans interested.
How important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building last night.
But of course, the media wasted no time hyping it up like it was on par with an NCAA title or a WNBA championship.
Oh man, these athletes, they make themselves look worse and worse and worse.
Reese's team, the Rose, faced off against Vinyl in the championship game, a matchup that, let's be honest, barely anyone was talking about. Unlike major professional leagues with millions of viewers and real stakes, this tournament came and went with hardly any buzz. Even ESPN tried to give it some attention, but let's just say it didn't exactly make headlines.
All of that was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates.
Why is it just women's basketball where we see athletes acting like this?
The only reason people are talking about it now? Because of the hilarious controversy surrounding Angel Reese's so-called champ.
And here's the kicker, she wasn't even there. Reese missed not only the championship game but also the last 2 playoff games entirely.
That didn't stop her from acting like she was the one who carried the team. Instead of actually being there to support or contribute, she literally FaceTimed into the post-game celebration.
When her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment, Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in press conference and celebration. That's how big this unrivaled championship was.
If this was such a major career achievement for her, wouldn't she have actually, played in the game?
Imagine if Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, or Brianna Stewart sat out a championship game and still expected to be celebrated like they led their team to victory.
Something. Yeah, it wouldn't happen.
ESPN covered this championship. Chelsea Gray scored 30-some-odd points last night in the championship game. This championship that Angel Reese has added to her trophy case, that she didn't even play in the last 2 games.
But of course, social media rushed in to protect Reese's narrative. Her supporters flooded Twitter with posts calling her a champion, listing all her past accomplishments as if this random 3-on-3 tournament win was as meaningful as her LSU title or her WNBA.
The touch and finesse, beautiful, and then her grace. To all my lady listeners, if she can do this, I believe in your chances. Never give up. Never! Again, she is my MVP. I want to reiterate. Bang! Best jumper I've ever seen. She leaps out of a gym. The relentless motor on her. She won't stop missing. No one has the drive to miss baskets quite like her. Shot number 2. Bang! One more time. Last one.
Be real. This is pure manufactured hype. If this win actually mattered, Reese would have been on the court leading her team, not sitting at home FaceTiming like a fan. The truth is, the media is desperate to create a superstar out of her, even when the facts don't support it. And when you take a closer look, it's obvious that this championship is more smoke and mirrors than actual accomplishment.
She thought so much of this championship that she was like, nah, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates. So I'll FaceTime in. No one wanted a 3-on-3 full-court women's basketball league, and no one paid attention to this. Let's put together a social media campaign and let's pretend like Angel Reese just accomplished something important.
This isn't the first time we've seen the media bend over backward to push Angel Reese as the face of women's basketball. The unrivaled league championship is just the latest example of them forcing a narrative that just doesn't hold up. Even though the tournament barely made a dent in the sports world, ESPN and other media outlets jumped on it, plastering Reese's name all over headlines, despite her not playing in the final 2 games.
Because we're going to build up this narrative that Angel Reese is one of the great athletes of our lifetime. She's right there with Steph Curry, and she's right there with LeBron James. She's right there with Kevin Durant. She's got a championship at LSU, and now she has a championship in the unrivaled league.
Think about that for a second. A player skips the most important games of a championship, and yet they're still getting credited as if they were a key part of the team's success. In any other sport, if a player sits out for the deciding game, they don't get the same level of respect as the ones who actually played. But when it comes to Angel Reese, the media is willing to rewrite the rules. And let's not act like this was some elite-level tournament with top-tier competition. This was a brand new 3-on-3 league with barely any star power. The biggest names in the WNBA.
And it's not like the biggest names were even involved. Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Caitlin Clark weren't part of it. Even Sabrina Ionescu, who was originally in, backed out early.
Why? Because they know this isn't real professional basketball. The best players don't see it as worth their time.
Let's go rush to social media and pretend that you care more about the unrivaled league than Angel.
Angel Reese just got caught up in one of the most awkward championship celebrations ever. The league title she's been bragging about? She didn't even play in the final 2 games. While her teammates actually competed for the trophy, Reese was Mia. But of course, that didn't stop the media from hyping her up like she just led the greatest championship run in basketball history.
Oh, Reese! 3-on-3, part 13, let's get it! Classic long 2. Bang! PSA, no rims or backboards were harmed during the filming of this video. But viewers are encouraged to look away. Bang! What? Bang! I heard her say that she might sit out if the WNBA doesn't pay her what she deserves. They say $1 million for every missed layup is fair. Bang! They are stat petting queen properly. Fair wages for all. I repeat, fair wages. Remember, they're coming to see her. Long 2, butter pecan. Bang!
Now, here's the real question: does this even count as a real championship, or is it just another case of Reese getting credit she didn't earn? Social media wasted no time jumping in. Her fans flooded Twitter, calling her a champion and listing this title alongside her LSU championship and WNBA stats like they all carried the same weight.
Meaningful. But let's be real. This is nothing more than an inflated narrative. If this championship really mattered, Reese would have been on the court, leading her team, proving she deserved the spotlight. Instead, she phoned it in. Literally.
Understand how the WNBA won't have enough money to pay her. I mean, max contract. We're talking about Curry land. We're talking about LeBron. I mean, she brings all the eyeballs. She's so skilled. She does everything perfectly. I mean, she can dunk too. Look at that. Bang! Netflix, listen to me. If the WNBA won't pay her, you better. Comedy special, man. She's hilarious. Who else can do the hop, skippity, drop, step, bang better than her? Bang! Bang!
And here's what makes it even funnier: the Rose actually played better without her in the final. Chelsea Gray stepped up and delivered a standout performance. Some fans even pointed out that the team looked more cohesive once Reese was out of the lineup. But instead of acknowledging that, the media stuck to the script, pushing the idea that Reese was still the heart and soul of the win. Then, to top it all off, Reese herself fed into the hype.
But what exactly was she proving? That a team she wasn't even on the court for could win without her? That FaceTiming into a post-game celebration is now the same as actually competing?
And this championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home. And I'll FaceTime in if we win.
This league has got to figure out a way to honor Angel Reese in all this. That's right.
This whole situation just highlights a bigger issue: how Angel Reese is marketed.
Actual play define her. The media and her fans constantly try to inflate her legacy with artificial accomplishments. If she truly wants to be seen as an all-time great, she needs to prove it on the court. Not through Twitter posts, not through media hype, and definitely not by claiming a championship she didn't earn.
We have to sit through the fake importance of double-doubles all over again? Question mark? Oh, nobody gets hollow double-doubles like your girl.
So, how much longer can this illusion last? At some point, reality has to catch up. The media can only push this superstar narrative for so long before people start seeing the truth. This so-called championship only proves that Reese isn't the dominant force they're selling her as.
16 players with a higher point per average than Reese. She led the league in rebounds per game and personal fouls per game. Her points numbers won't translate to the W very well because free throws only count for one.
Think about how real superstars are treated. When players like LeBron James, Steph Curry, or Breanna Stewart win championships, it's because they led their teams to victory. They were on the court, making game-winning plays, proving why they're the best.
She sat out the most important moment of the tournament, yet somehow, the media still made her the headline.
12 rebounds per game, how many of which were her own missed putbacks?
Now compare that to how other top competitors are judged. Take Caitlin Clark. Every single game she plays, she's under the microscope. Every shot, every assist, every win or loss is analyzed. If she missed a championship game, no one would be calling her a champion, they'd be asking why she wasn't there. The same goes for A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or any other top-tier player. The expectation is clear: if you want to be a champion, you have to earn it. But with Reese, the rules seem different.
Instead of demanding that she prove herself, the media keeps making excuses. They refuse to acknowledge that her team didn't need her to win. They ignore the fact that she contributed nothing to the championship run. Instead, they hand her another undeserved accolade and act like it's legitimate.
I mean, you want to grow the game? All right, grow the game. All I'm saying is if you want to play in the big leagues, if you want to be somebody that transcends the game, you got to have a personality. I will give Angel Reese this. She has a personality. It's ignorance. It's stupid. I mean, it's really stupid.
If anything, this championship exposed a harsh truth. Reese's presence didn't make or break her team. They won without her, and that raises the question: how valuable is she really? And let's not forget how she handled the aftermath. Instead of praising her teammates who actually won the game, she immediately took to social media to make the win about herself. Now, let's compare this to real champions.
When legends like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant won titles, they celebrated with their teammates, knowing exactly what it took to get there.
Weren't sitting on the sidelines, FaceTiming into the moment, and still expecting credit.
If I was funding this league, I'd say, all right, hold on. You got a golden goose. We all got one in Caitlin Clark. These people that are criticizing Caitlin Clark, these people that are hitting Caitlin Clark, these people that are talking as if they are as important.
Propped up more by media hype than actual dominance. Yes, she was great in college, but when it comes to the professional level, she hasn't proven she belongs among the elite. Her WNBA performances have been inconsistent. Her shooting is unreliable, and her game still relies more on physicality than actual skill. Despite this, the media continues to treat her like a generational talent. But this unrivaled league title? This might be the moment where the illusion starts to crumble. Winning a glorified backyard tournament doesn't make her a champion. Missing the final 2 games and still taking credit for the win doesn't make her dominant. This was a media-created fairy tale, And for those paying attention, it's becoming harder to ignore.
Most influential female athletes right now: Coco Gauff, 10, Juju Watkins, number 9, Cameron Brent, 8, Paige Beckers, number 7, Sabrina Ionescu, number 6, Asia Wilson. So Asia's not going to be happy either. Jakari Richardson was number 4, Simone Biles number 3 right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark, she ran away with number 1. I don't think that should surprise us. She came.
At the end of the day, real champions show up when it matters. They step up, take responsibility, and let their performance do the talking.
Angel Reese had a golden opportunity to do just that. But instead, she took the easy way out, celebrating a title she had no role in winning. The media can keep pushing whatever narrative they want, but the facts remain. This so-called championship was meaningless, and it does absolutely nothing to change the reality that Reese still has a lot to prove. The unrivaled league championship? It was nothing more than an overhyped exhibition that barely registered in the sports world. And yet, here we are, watching Reese soak up the spotlight for a title she didn't even compete for. The media wasted no time spinning this as a monumental moment in her career, but the facts don't lie. She missed the final 2 games. She wasn't there when her team sealed the victory. And yet, somehow, she's still acting like this is a defining milestone.
Caitlin Clark is redefining the entire landscape of women's sports. Her dominance on the court has shattered outdated narratives about women's sports, proving that women's basketball can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's. But the Caitlin Clark effect goes far beyond her performance. It's reshaping the entire sports landscape. Her presence alone boosts the WNBA attendance by 105% compared to games without her, while road games featuring her Indiana Fever see an 87% increase in opponent home attendance. Her rookie debut sparked a staggering 200% jump in WNBA viewership, while Fever home games drew a league-high 186,000 fans last season, a 265% increase from 2023.
But real basketball fans aren't falling for it. They know what true champions look like. Champions don't sit on the sidelines and FaceTime into their own celebrations.
They fight for their wins. They lead their teams, and they earn every trophy they lift.
Reese, on the other hand, continues to ride a wave of media hype that inflates her accomplishments far beyond what they actually are. So what happens next? Does the hype machine keep rolling despite the obvious cracks in her resume? Or does reality finally catch up to her? One thing is for sure. If Angel Reese truly wants to cement her legacy, she's going to have to start backing up the talk with actual results on the court, not just viral tweets and carefully curated narratives. The spotlight is on her now, and eventually, the illusion will fade. The only question is, when that moment comes, will Angel Reese be ready to face the truth? Will she? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.